Hello, welcome to Sound and Fairy Book Reviews. As usual, I am Tina. Today I am doing a classic sci-fi book haul. You may have noticed from my videos this past week, that I have more of a tan than usual. I'm not so much of a vampire because I was out at the lake. Now, I bought these books from a used bookstore where I was staying, and in Kingston, Ontario. And I did film a video at the lake on the dock of this book haul, but the problem was when I put it on my editing software, it was very, very loud with wind, and the angle was terrible, and I was just like, oh. So I had to refilm it. So I'm just going to jump right in here. I've got, I think, 10 or 12 of them here, and I was very excited. So let's go. First, I have Brian Stableford's The Fenris Device. Look at this beautiful cover. It's so cool. It's so cool. Like, I'd have a poster of that. Star Pilot Granger number 5. Oh, I think I have a Star Pilot Granger number something. Anyway, I have one of these already. The oldest spacefaring race in the galaxy were the secretive Galicians, I don't know. The most difficult type of planet to explore is the heavy gas giant, the Jovian Saturnian type planet with which all star systems abound. Somewhere on the storm-ridden and approachable surface of such a mysterious gas giant, an abandoned Galician warship was lying. It was reputed to be armed with a device known to legend as the Fenris weapon. Such stories attract adventurers thirsting for power. Such tales also attract the masters of the Hooded Swan, who sought knowledge rather than power. Hooded Swan, kind of a... And when they gave orders, Granger of the Double Mind had no choice but to obey. It was up to Granger, therefore, to take a little walk where no man had gone before, in a hell of nature's making and man's ambitions. Ooh, looks cool. The next one, I got Jack Vance, my boy Jack Vance. I love Jack. He and I would have been friends. I've said this in one of my other reviews if we had been in real life because we both like boating. So, Maroon, Alistar 933. His past was gone, and there was 3,000 words, and there were 3,000 worlds to search for it. I can't read anything. I need glasses. No, I'm serious. I do need glasses. I went to the eye doctor a few months ago, and she said, oh yeah, the next time you come in 3 years, you're probably going to need reading glasses. And I was like, no, I'm going to lose them. So yeah, sometimes I'm just like, I can't see. So, A Man with No Past. From his fabulous palace on Numenes, the Connectic ruled the sprawling Alistar cluster and kept track of the doings of each of his trillion or more subjects. But there was one man he knew nothing about, for the past life of the wanderer named Pardero was a complete mystery. Pardero set himself 2 goals: find out who he was, and find his enemy, the person who had stolen his memory. Psychologists deduced that his home world must be the mysterious Maroon, a planet lit by 4 shifting suns. Pardero made his way there, and was hailed as the Kadok Ephraim, ruler of the Shadowed Realm. Uncovering his lost identity had been comparatively simple. Finding his sworn enemy would be difficult. There were so many people to choose from. It's my life, too. I've got so many enemies. I like how this back cover pretty much told you most of the plot. Like, good job. At the Narrow Passage by Richard C. Meredith. The Timeliner Trilogy, Book 1. Yes, a reptile alien, my favorite. From far in the future comes a hideous warning of destruction. But the message is not clear, and the result is a mad scramble to change the present, all possible presents, in order to avoid the future. Ooh, multiverse. For the recipients of the message are not humans, but Kriths, lizard-like beings from a parallel timeline. Using machines that move sideways in time, a band of dedicated mercenaries and Krith leaders cut a wide swath through countless timelines. It is a brutal and bloody struggle that has no end, until one of their strongest fighters begins to ask questions the Kriths would rather not answer. Really excited for this one. Skeen's Leap by Joe Clayton. Look at that cover. It's like the most 80s thing I've ever seen. Gateway to Elsewhere. Skeen had prowled the spaceways for more years than she cared to remember, keeping one step ahead of the law, searching the ruins of many a world for priceless artifacts. Yet now Skeen was afraid she'd finally gone too far, fleeing the local authorities on a backwater world. She stumbled through Bizarre Gateway, a door into an unknown world where 8 separate races dwelt together in an uneasy peace. Here Skeen found treasures beyond her wildest imaginings, just waiting to be plucked from the unwary. But here, too, waited danger-filled traps for newcomers to these lands, and Skeen was soon entangled in a double-dealing web of intrigue, pursued by vengeful shape-changers and a bloodthirsty warrior clan, as she desperately sought the legendary creators of the Gateway, the only beings who could open the way back to her own universe. She's just like, I don't give a crap. She's like, I got cool earrings. I don't care. The Light That Never Was by Lloyd Biggle Jr., which is refreshingly different, according to Publishers Weekly. Good one, Publishers Weekly. That's so great. All right, this one's got a really wicked cover. What are these weird guys? What are they? Yes, but would you want your daughter to marry a Mez? The art critics are notoriously inhuman, and on Donov, many of them were physically inhuman as well. Donov was a planet devoted to the arts. People came from all over the galaxy to attend its galleries and meet its artists, and many of its best artists were not human either. This reminds me of a gallery for a barbarian. No, I'm kidding. But when a rising tide of anti-alien pogroms and riots began zeroing in on Donov from outer space, it became clear that there was a plot afoot that had nothing to do with art criticism. You think? It had to do with planetary genocide. Ooh. And that's the basis of Lloyd Biggle's most ingenious and suspenseful novel since The World Menders. Never before in paperback. Good for you. Yeah, very curious about this one. It seems interesting. It's got very, very tiny font, though, so my old eyes won't be able to take it. I cannot believe I found this book. It's been on my list for a long, long time. It is post-apocalyptic. It is Deus Irae by Philip K. Dick and Roger Zelazny. So this book is going to be absolutely wild, I believe, because both of those authors are pretty interesting. Set in a bizarre world where you will okay, there's a whole thing about blah, 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 the worlds they've created. Set in a bizarre world where you will encounter a bunch of backwoods farmers who happen to be lizards for the win today, a tribe of foul-mouthed giant bugs who worship a dead VW sedan, an automated factory that can't decide whether to serve its customers or kill them. Across the nightmare landscape, pursued by an avenging angel on a bicycle, one man makes a painful pilgrimage in search of the one who changed the world so drastically, the legendary, but very real, God of Wrath. I'm very, very interested. I'm probably going to read this one next, just spoiler alert. Now, I have a trilogy I found by C.J. Cherry, and so I don't know which one is first. I just know, I looked it up in the store, but I can't remember now. So we've got the Fated Son Kesrith, we've got the Fated Son Shandir, and we've got the Fated Son Kutath. I hope I'm saying these right. I have no idea. The covers are really pretty. I love these doll ones. They're so nice. I'm not going to tell you what they're about because, again, I can't remember which one's first. But anyway, it seems to be a trilogy about a couple people, another person, just a bunch of her typical kind of stuff. She's so smart. So so yeah, I'm very excited to have a whole trilogy, and I will probably jump into these sooner rather than later. I hope. I don't know. Got two more for you. First is Roger Zelazny's Alien Speedway. I guess this is like a collection he did. I don't know. This one is Pitfall by Thomas Wilde. Some racers win by luck. Or some racers win by skill, others by luck, but some win by sabotage. I got this because of the cover. It's beautiful. Look at the beautiful little lizard. Oh, he's so cute. Little dragon. Oh my god. Anyway, so what is this about? Deception at Pitfall. Mike Murray traveled across the galaxy to reach Calypsis, where he hoped to get a chance to race faster than light ships. He found a place for himself among the dreamers and pilots of 1,000 worlds. But the competition is fierce. When a racing accident gravely injures his rival, Mike is accused of tampering with the ship. In the midst of preparing for an upcoming race, he must clear his name by unmasking the saboteur. Ugh. His investigation leads him to a close friend, and the friend seems connected to the black market. Suspecting betrayal, Murray is certain of one thing: someone is trying to kill him. Pitfall, written by Thomas Wilde and featuring technical blueprints by the visionary automotive designer Hayashi, continues this exciting series from blah blah blah. So, really? There's like pictures in here? I didn't even read the back. I literally just bought this because I want. Oh my god, there are! Wow, look at this. There's like cool pictures in the back. Oh, this is sweet. I had no idea that this was here. Honestly, when I picked it up in the store, I literally picked it up because I thought the little like dragon thing was super cute and I loved the cover. So that's awesome. Anyway, I might have to bump that one up the list. That's really cool. Lastly, I got a book that I have no idea if this is a sci-fi or a horror or just like a thriller, but it's called The Ship Killer by Justin Scott. It's huge. The ship also is quite huge. Look at that ship. Odyssey of Revenge. Peter and Carolyn Hardin had escaped to the freedom of the sea. As they lay lovingly in each other's arms on the deck of their graceful sloop, Siren, they regretted nothing, savoring the life before them. And then suddenly, it happened. Out of nowhere, like some monstrous wall of steel and power, came the Leviathan, a million-ton tanker which crushed the helpless siren like a matchstick, leaving Carolyn to vanish beneath the sea. Miraculously, Peter survived. How? But now he has become a man with an obsession to find the murderous tanker and its captain and destroy them. I am so interested in how in the world he finds this ship. Like, is it a mystery ghost ship? Is it just a ship? I like how on the front it actually has their little ship being destroyed. Like, what are they doing out of that wave anyway in that little boat? But yeah. Anyway, I'm very interested in this. As you know, I like ships, and yeah. Poor Carolyn, fridged from the start. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that stack of books. I hope to be reviewing a few of these coming up. Of course, as you know, I have a whole stack here of books I need to read too. But I have to read Deus Irae, and I really want to read that Alien Speedway one now too. Let me know in the comments if you folks have read any of these books, and if any of them I should avoid, if any of them you think I might like. As you know, I like books with strong female characters, so we'll see if there's any in that. CJ Cherry for sure will have some. But anyone else? Not sure. We'll see. But there's lizards!